unexpectedly dropped back down 0.2. Went from 3.9 to 3.7%. And we got an uptick in the labor force participation rate, which was expected, from 62.7 to 62.8. Average hourly earnings did rise a bit more than expected. They were looking for up 0.3, and we rose 0.4, but year over year it was bang on. It was 4%, and hours worked ticked up a notch from 34.3 to 34.4. So they're looking at these numbers as these are good numbers, but not only are they saying that the job market is strong, which I don't think it is, but they're saying we know that inflation is coming down, which it's really not. But they're basing that on a couple of reports that came out. One of them actually came out today, which is consumer confidence, which spiked quite a bit. It jumped from 61.9 to 69.4. It's still not a big number, but consumers are less pessimistic than they were. And the reason is because inflation expectations tanked. They went from 4.5%. This is what consumers expected inflation would be, a year out, 4.5%. And now they only think 3.1. That is a huge drop.
So I just wanted you to hear Peter Schiff say some of the stuff that came out in some of the inflation readings, the jobs report, and it was just a quick thing while I was setting up, because the numbers are very much fudged. They're very much not in line with what they should be. And I do appreciate everybody who's tuning in. I just wanted to share that snippet because I know if I don't share it in the beginning, nobody's going to usually watch it if they're watching after the live. So I figure I might as well hit everybody with the information right in the beginning from Peter Schiff. I could have played that whole 10-minute segment right there that I wanted to, but I didn't. So let me say hi to everybody. Up North tickets, haven't even looked at the Lions yet. I had to coach my own football game today. I figured I'd watch the second half because I already know what's going to happen. Very overrated indeed. But the good news is my football team went to 5-0. We finished the regular season out in first place, got the #1 seed for the playoffs next weekend on my birthday next Sunday. So we're 2 games to a championship right now. So we'll see what happens. That's all I'm going to say about that. But just to update everybody who might ask. Now let me look through the comments real quick so that I can see the ones that I missed at the top, and then I'm going to turn my phone off so that I can just read it in real time. So I didn't expect 74 people to be here already. Oh, Johnson, welcome in. X2 says, I'm learning TA from you, so I'm doing a chart you haven't covered. Can you please do OXT/orchard? Interesting. I don't even know what that is. Now you've made me quite curious myself what this one is. Let's see where I can add this. We'll take this one off. What, now I can't add to my own watch list? Oh, you gotta love it. They added more restrictions on, look at this. They added more restrictions on, look at, they won't even let me add how many I had now. Interesting. So TradingView is now not letting me even add to what I had. So OXT, on all those, I can't add it. So let's try it here. But let me go through the comments. I'm just adding this so I can see what you're talking about in just a minute. But wow, it's really getting shady over here on TradingView. Michael, good afternoon. Mark, Armand, Franco, I appreciate. Let's go, Tommy the man. Appreciate that. Miss Vicky, welcome in. Love. Lewis, we going up? Well, not so fast, my friend, as Lee Corso once said so nicely. Still tries to, but, I would say we're going to have to look at something very carefully, and this is why we have the emergency live right now, or the live that you need to watch. Mario, welcome in. JW, good afternoon. Hope you're having a blessed afternoon, my friend. He said howdy to Tom and to the TFAM. Michael, welcome in from Cleveland. Evan, cup and handle is strong, ready to... It is strong, but pay attention to the formation in the daily. Michael Hutchinson, welcome in from the UK. Rin Tin Tin. Hey, my friend on PlayStation now. Rin Tin Tin, you know what I realized? It'll be easier to talk to you on mic, but you downloaded Aliens, that Fire Team or whatever it was. I actually downloaded that too, and I was waiting to see if anybody else did. So that might be something we can run through. So what's going on, my friend? CJ2 Pilot, welcome in. Says, hello, coach. Yes, we got our 5th win today. So we already had the good luck. I had a morning game this morning. So very happy about that. Finished the season 5-0. Going to be the 1 seed in the playoffs. 2 games to a championship. Last season, my team finished 2nd. And now I'm coaching a different team. And it's pretty cool that we're just running through things. I wasn't even going to coach this season, and they asked me to because they were short a coach for the 6th graders. Evan Burke, welcome in. Howdy from the West. 913, man, good afternoon. You didn't miss anything. You did not miss anything. Jorge, good afternoon. Franco, welcome. All positions red today, liked green way more. Nothing left to do than smoke the green and sit it out. Yes, indeed. Oh, diddly oly dooley, as old Ned Flanders would say. Yes, diddly rooley. Rob Holcock, welcome in. Good morning. Nick, welcome. Mark James. Terry, welcome in. Love Rob. Nick. Maddie, how many people are in here? Holy schmagolies. Simon, Bobby, Rentington, been wanting to talk to you on mic. Yeah, you can anytime. Dude, anytime you see me on PlayStation, just send me a party chat. It's the beauty of PlayStation. Unless I'm on with my nephew when I'm on his party chat, anytime. I've been thinking the same thing. I just didn't want to bother you because I can't tell if you're playing a game. Sometimes you're watching through Netflix or something, or just searching through the the PlayStation. So, yes, hit the like button like Michael said. We have 94 people here. We better get into this. Holy shit. 54 likes. Make sure to hit that like button. You're right about that. Rin Tin Tin, I literally Fortnited out my brains because of my 12-year-old nephew. I've committed to getting better at the game, and now that I can actually build, it's becoming fun because I see what he was talking about, how people, most of them can't build. So all you have to do is learn to build a little bit, and oh man, it's fun. Let's see. Yes, 913 at the like button. Kyle, welcome in. But guys, it's not that it's a bad thing, but just listen. Just listen. Remember yesterday in the 4-hour... Who watched my update yesterday? I like to say shorter time frames predict longer time frames. What did we look at yesterday? We looked at this formation right here. It was called a long leg doji, and it signifies we were topping out, and we likely had to come down and retest the pattern formation. That breakout of the rising channel resistance, which that's exactly what we did. Use the support now instead of resistance. Now what you want to see is we really don't want to see that same symbolic move in the daily. Well, as you can see here on this early afternoon at 1:57 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so I might as well just timestamp this. Good early afternoon, 1:57 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Sunday, December 10th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. On this beautiful December 10th, and I say that because it's my dad's 65th birthday. If you're watching Dad out in the abyss, happy birthday to you, and I love you. I won't be able to see him today because he's out somewhere right now, but that doesn't matter. I got to talk to him on the phone, and it was nice. You know, it's nice. So anyhow, this long leg doji in the daily time frame, right now it's still on the bullish side of the long leg doji, but you never want to see it. So it depends. You do want to see it on the way down. You don't want to see it when it's on a moving pattern to the top side, because a long leg doji, for anybody who doesn't know, and some might be like, why are you on when the Lions are on? Not a huge fan of the NFL. I'll still watch the game for the second half. But I don't know, that professional sports are so boring now. It's all manipulated by Vegas. It's so hard to watch. The only reason I even watch some of it is from an analytical standpoint, when I realize I can make money. But like, I didn't bet today. I got to wait to see the stats in the second half just because I knew the Lions were going to come out and do something stupid. It's all fixed, remember. Chicago's trying to go for the #1 pick, so traditionally they would beat the Lions, who are going for a higher home playoff game. But now, because Green Bay's back in play, it's a higher market. They weren't expecting it, supposedly. So I look at it from the market's perspective. They got to have Detroit lose a game they shouldn't, so Green Bay can jump us, so they get the home playoff game and we get the road playoff game. That's what I'm looking at. I look at the way that they can make the most revenue. But anyhow, fuck the NFL. The long leg doji, a Japanese candlestick pattern, is A potent tool in the arsenal of technical traders that symbolizes market indecision over the next few minutes. So anyhow, this is what a long leg doji is. So there's the pattern. You can even see how it showed the green to show you. It can be a movement. So the long leg doji is a single bar Japanese candlestick pattern used in technical analysis that signals market indecision. The candlestick pattern belongs to the family of doji candles and derives its name from its distinctive appearance. It consists of a small body situated between long upper and lower shadows or wicks. Let's see what we got going on here for XRP. Interesting. Seems to be a high shadowing upper and lower. And look, it's even green like it shows on our beautiful picture. Kyle, I can't tell you up or down unless we, I would like to say up, but the emergence of this right now is fine because we're on top of 65 cents. If we break below 65, there is very little I can do for the XRP pattern if it gets a rejection, besides telling you it might double the bottom at 58 if we're lucky. If we're lucky. But we'll get into that. Be positive, remember. Be positive. Well, Tom, how the hell am I supposed to be positive on this Sunday when everything's going down again? Gosh. I knew somebody brought up Bob and it was going to trigger him. Whoever brought up Bob, there he is. And I know we have a different audience because it's Sunday, 120 people, and they're going to say this guy's out of his mind. For anybody who doesn't know, Bob's the every man and woman. The ones who maybe use their emotion a little bit too much. But please hit that like button. 120 people watching on this Sunday during the NFL. That's impressive. 79 likes also is pretty impressive. Bob, can I just finish this, please, before everybody leaves? Well, Tom, you always talk about me being the everyman, and what the hell does that mean? It just means that you come to quick judgments, Bob, okay? They're fine, ladies and gentlemen. They just might not be as educated before they speak about certain things, but that's okay, like you, Bob. The long leg doji indicates a moment of intense market indecision and potential price reversal. Well, I resent it. Okay, I got to get through this, Bob. I don't got time for it. Its extended shadows suggest that prices have fluctuated notably during a trading session, yet the closing price is nearly the same as the opening price. This equilibrium signifies the struggle between the bulls and the bears, or the bullish and bearish forces, a tug of war of control over the asset's direction. So right now, we have to hold 65 cents. I cannot tell you. Actually, we should probably get the exact number. 65 cents. We must hold 65 cents. If we lose this rising channel resistance on the emergence of what some could say, I don't want to say it because it hasn't broke down. Because to me, it's still a beautiful, fantastic bull flag in the making. But for some, they would say, oh, Tom, well, that's a failed double top, and then you do that and you're screwed. And I would say, well, I don't want to be that guy, but when you reject there, a smaller rejection there, you don't want to be there. We don't want to do this and then come all the way back down just to try to do it again. I mean, we could, but I'm looking at December 15th. Like, if there's ever a day where we're like, you know what? Like, I put in 6,500 in my portfolio. You've all watched me do it. You've all participated on Winning Wednesdays and FOMO Fridays, and the prices that I bought in on, almost everything is up 100%, if not more. The only thing right now is XRP slightly under because I bought it at 346. XLM slightly under because I bought it at 8.5. Some of the smaller ones like XDC. Then you got some of them like VeChain that's about doubled. And it's just some of these decisions with what's going to happen. And I want to know a perspective from everybody. Because of what's going to happen with BUSD, do you consider, if you've seen a topping pattern, if it is confirmed, would you consider, and this would be in the event that it comes up here. I'm not talking about here, unless you were really scared. I'm talking about in the event we get a quick rally up before the 15th, you sit at 85 cents, everything else across the board probably jumped 20% with it. Would you consider now taking a portfolio? In my case right now, it's at like 14,300, up from 6,500. If it moves to 16,000, do you consider taking that and risking selling it? Mind you, I'm still within a year, so would you even consider wanting to pay $3,500 on 10 grand right now. That's the argument. Because if you let these handles play out, because some of the short term is going to be here. What I'm talking about is everybody gets caught up in the short term like Bob. But what about this? What about this? What about this huge cup and handle that's formed? I mean, massive. I understand one could say it was failed here, but another could say, didn't it just put in a bullish handle on the cup from a much larger one and now it's trying to top out? Even if we get rejected, shouldn't that tell us a 94-cent play should be in? I don't know. But I'm personally, I could never justify selling it right now. So many people have asked me, it's because in the USA there's what's called a gross, ill-advised crypto tax, you can call it. And some say don't pay it. Some say, they can get around it. Hey, like I've said, Erwin Schiff, Peter Schiff's father, tried this route with other ways, and he ended up spending his life in jail. His better years. So, does it piss me off that I had to pay a few $1,000s in taxes last year towards crypto? You better believe it. But is those few $1,000s going to be the reason why I lose sleep at night, or am I just going to make a little bit more in investments? Yeah, I mean, you guys can think about it. I don't stress about it. I just speak reality. I work their game, and, I use it to my advantage when I can. So, I'm not worried about a measly, think about it. Some people get mad. Well, if you make 10 grand, you got to pay $3,500. You got to make the 10 grand first. Or you can pay $1,500 when it makes the rest of the cycle. Not me, Yosef. Oh, you're asking why people are? I don't know why people are thinking, to be honest with you. I mean, we're talking about the accumulation phase. If anything, I hope XRP goes lower and I could actually buy more stuff in the right price comparison, if that's the way you're looking at it. Absolutely, Sean, I can 100% agree with that. With Sean, I agree with that. Taxes are definitely one of life's burdens. And let some of the audience's viewpoints. I mean, some people are talking about how they screwed themselves with the short term. The other part of it is, look, some people would sell it now because of the long leg doji, right? But, I mean, if we're really looking at it, we are technically coming off of a inverted hammer style pattern. So, do we think that this is just to grab liquidity for a further move up? Or do we think this is a fake out candle? Like, I'm looking at this from every angle. Thank you very much. In the 4 hourly, you can see this volume is breaking down. But, is it almost like a misdirection? Because to me, it's hard to say because everybody's asking, is this going to go down? Look where we're at. That's a dragonfly in the 4 hourly with a long leg doji. So there's still a chance we could pull up here at the end of the day too. Yeah, no, I figured you weren't talking about me, Yosef. You're talking about others. So let's finish this real quick. So recognizing the long leg doji candlestick amidst the myriad of price fluctuations is an essential skill for crypto traders seeking to harness its potential insights. And that's what we're doing right now, right? All of us together here on a Sunday instead of watching football. Candles are found on any crypto candlestick chart and can be spotted on all chart time frames. Kyle, welcome in. I seen you snuck in here as well. Just love when it goes up. It's great. It does make you feel better, doesn't it, Kyle? It makes me feel better. When I can see almost 15,000 in my crypto account right now compared to 6,500 that I put in, it makes me feel great. Now, if I was seeing 3,500, well, I'm not feeling so great, but my account would still be at 6,500 because now I would have had to put in another 3,000 to bring down all of my essential crypto. See, that's what I'm trying to say. If it's below 6,500, now I've got to do the work to keep it there. When every 20% I lose on that portfolio, I got to bring it right back up with my essential buys that are in the right spot. Remember that. Right now, we're just in a glory phase because we bought it so cheap and we understood the reversal that was happening with everything. Like, I argue with one person on social media to put their portfolio against mine. Don't tell me you made $79,000 because you put $100,000 in and it went up, or you put in $1 million and went up 7.9%. I want to see the portfolios where they're showing their followers and they've got the lower price averaging. Not all the slime balls that come on and say I made $700,000 on a 70% move because I bet or a 7% move because I bet $1 million. Congratulations. I want to see the $70,000 move when you only put 6,500 in and you understand how to accumulate and you understand, or just do something. Don't. If I put $1 million in, I'd have 2.2. Okay, so I made 1.2 million if I had that much money. It doesn't matter. You need to do it in your own price range and stop looking at what everybody makes for profit. You need to understand percentages. You need to understand the accumulation phase, and you need to understand the way money flows comparative when it goes into Bitcoin, comparative when it goes into alts, or when the Bitcoin dominance is high compared to low, and the actual correlation between crypto and precious metals. It's all there. They all extend in the exact same way. So extended shadows, or who gives it? We already know about all of that. So we have that. So hopefully that gives you a little insight. So yes, in the daily time frame, we do have what looks like a long leg doji forming. That doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to break down. It just means there's indecision and we better hold the nearest support in our area. That's what it means. The bulls need to hold the support. Right now, we're holding the 65 with a little bit of room to spare, but you don't want to lose 65 cents. That's what I'm trying to say. And in the 4 hourly, it's fighting for a dragonfly here, which means in the last 4 hourly, it's going to do one of two things. It's going to bounce off hot, or it's going to start to roll underneath 65 cents. Because it's telling us right now, it's kind of red. It's trying to squeeze the green, but I think this is trying to show us that there is a little bit of strength here with the bulls. So we're going to see if this can rally the last half. Also, look at the volume. It might be coming down, but the volume's also breaking down. That was the last thing I wanted to say. So this seems to be set up for a nice reversal here, even though it's trying to tell us otherwise in the daily. That's why we need to pay attention. And I'm not impartial either way, but I am also seeing something like this starting to transpire, which could turn into a massive W after we start going. So we need to watch this. That's why I say do it without emotion. So that's what I can give you with XRP. And then Bitcoin real quick we'll look at, because I got to go back inside and I got to go catch up with the family because I literally just got home from football and I'm like, I need to go live. If you appreciate what I do, please make sure to hit that like button. Consider joining Tom's Army, or not Tom's Army. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're watching and joining the over 19,400 subscribers, which is crazy to even think we're that high. If you want to show personal support, you can always join Tom's Army or send a YouTube super chat. But really, the likes, the shares are so very important. 32 of you did not hit the like button, so you could send a YouTube super chat if you don't want to hit the like button and circumvent it. But I believe you'll do the right thing and hit that like button. Not only have I showed you the charts, I've taught you how to read the charts today, like I always do. Again, 4 hourly with Bitcoin. We've come down and we consolidated. We didn't quite hit 426, but do we have to? We came to 428. I mean, I'm not going to kill it for not coming all the way down. It already had a nice correction. But right now, your key, everybody, look at Bitcoin. It'll tell us, well, it's telling us the same thing as XRP. It's very divided. And it very well could have a W form that it could pull up if it just does it on the next candle. Volume's coming down a little bit, but it was not really anywhere special once it made the initial move. You have basically a correction. I mean, it's basically setting up if it can hold the 20-day to bounce up again. But again, if it loses that, now you have to relay back to the daily. The daily for Bitcoin's tricky. It's kind of showing a bull flag here in the last couple days. There's not much bottom side pressure here with Bitcoin, so I would not be surprised if it takes off again before the 15th. I think we still look fine here. Unless Bitcoin slapped me in the face and gave back 42,663, which I don't think it's going to do it in the immediate short term. It could. But again, as the volume consolidated, look how the volume's crashing. That's a good sign that the buyers are more resound and the bears are running out of steam. I don't know, everybody wants to tell us it's going down. I still think it doesn't feel right to go down. I know it should. I know everything with the lagging indicators are telling us we're bearish right now, but they're just that for a reason. Lagging indicators, because they're lagging. They fall behind you. You see what you need to see before, or I mean after it already happens. And somebody asked me about this, and I wanted to at least look at it, because I seen the comment overnight, I think early AM when I woke up. And I always wait for somebody, if they ask me those comments like that, I wait to see if they come to the live. Just a future FYI, if you come to the live, you can get a lot more information than just asking me it in the comments. So that's what you're in, my friend. That's what you're in, my friend. So, I mean, honestly, one could argue that it's trying to top right now. But if it's going to go for a real breakout, it has to break this exact formation right here. So 8765. So hopefully if your chart looks something like that, or you could say, well, Tom, I don't use the Japanese candlesticks, right? So, and a lot of people say that they don't use it. And I mean, for me, I like it because it shows the wicks, but I could understand if you're not. So from that perspective, I'll just come down here and say, well, and that means you're just saying the pattern's like this, but I feel like it cheats you because now it's already telling us it's a breakout technically, but it's in the in-between area, so that could get you killed as a technical trader. I like to take the highest probability from a resistance or lowest from a support, so you can't get tricked, but that's how you get your three-dimensional look, I suppose. So yeah, break that area, you got a big move coming. It'll be a big move. This would probably, if I had to guess, because of how this is pretty new, at least on this chart, this probably would go up to that 13, 14 cent mark if it could break this, honestly. You'd have one hurdle to break, which, don't forget it, because these are sometimes the overextenders where they're so new that they're like, oh, we're going to break that recent high. We're going to break the current structure. And then once it does, everybody's going to buy in, and then we're going to drop the hammer. Make sure you get over 9213 to confirm a move up. Break that, what could be conceived as a double top, and continue moving out. Otherwise, this has a consolidation back down. So, but thanks everybody for watching. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate this. It's OXT. Somebody asked. So, thank you so much, everybody. I got to go back in. I got to take care of the kids and everything, and go eat some food. I haven't eaten since 9 p.m. last night because I fast. From usually about 1 to 9 p.m. every single day, and I've been doing that for like, I don't know, 8 months. So, but thank you everybody. I'll try to get another update later today. I'm impressed so many people tuned in.